Hi, everybody. It's that time once again for Aunt Susie's fabulous Sexcast. And boy, do we have a show for you because we're all going to learn something, especially me. We've got the most incredible guest. It's Vamplette, one of the top 1% OnlyFans stars, as well as 165,000 people following her, took us on Instagram, and she's here with us today. And along with my fabulous producer, the lovely Ashlyn. Ashlyn, how are you?
I'm good. Vamplette is actually a friend of mine since I moved to Vegas, so this is kind of funny that we're interviewing a friend of mine. So
Oh,
cool.
so I was like, so it's nepotism time at the Fabulous Sex Camp.
It is.
Yay!
Yes.
Anyway, hold on. I wait a minute. I think I see her coming. I see her come because I have one of those things from Amazon so you can see who's at your front door. Uh-oh, hold on. Vamplette, how are you?
Hi.
Oh my
How's
God.
it going?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm so glad you could come and visit us.
Of course.
Oh my God, you are like super, super famous.
No.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna find out how famous. Now, everybody, Vamplette. Let me explain. Vamplette is an adult cosplay artist, and she's made a name for herself on all these incredible platforms such as Patreon, OnlyFans, Instagram, and well, we're gonna find out what cosplaying is. It's kind of like cosplaying is sexy yet nerdy characters, and this is what she does best. And Vamplette creates these costumes. She coordinates her own photo shoots. She has her own makeup artist, and she's going to explain how she became famous at all these conventions in Vegas and how she's become such a huge entity in the world of cosplay. I mean, it is amazing. Now, you have to understand, Vamplette, I had no idea. I thought, when Ashlyn said, we're going to have cosplay on, and I thought she had a hair lip problem. I'm going, what, cosplay? What is cosplay? And, then she explained to me what cosplay was. So, for all the people out there that are tuning into this week's show, Vamplette, what is cosplay?
Basically, cosplay is like costume play. So you can dress up as any character you want.
Oh, really?
If
Any
it's
character?
from an anime. Yeah, any character.
Anime.
Even if it's from a TV show that you like,
How fabulous. And so what got you started in doing this?
When I was a little girl, my dad got me into anime, and then I found out about like a local gathering here at a library, and then they started a convention called Anime Vegas.
Oh my god!
And then I was like, oh, all these people are dressing up as their favorite characters. I want to do that too.
And
so
you
that's what started it.
Right. So when you came to Vegas, what were you doing originally?
Oh, I always lived in Vegas.
Oh,
I'm born and raised from
You're
Vegas.
a native. So you're a native.
I am.
Wow. So from what I understand, you were like, you were like a regular working girl, just making the demon dollar. You didn't have a whole lot, just what you brought home in your paycheck, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
Your life changed.
Yeah, I used to work at Albertsons as a manager, and I worked at Albertsons for 13 years.
I'm always there in the fruit
section. I just recently
section.
quit.
Oh, you just recently quit?
Yep, in March.
Well, how long have you actually been doing the cosplay?
I've been cosplaying for a good 10 years. I want to say I was taking it seriously. But I started doing like Patreon and OnlyFans.
Right.
Three or 4 years ago.
Right.
So,
it
just recently blew up for me, basically.
Wow. So this was something like, what made it happen? What made all of a sudden you're doing this for 10 years and you wake up one morning and you have 165,000 freaking followers on Instagram? How the hell did that happen?
It was definitely a long journey. It took a
to
while
build up
that fan base.
Right. But I mean, 165. Yeah. Listen, I'm happy I got a little over 1,000, okay? I get all excited and moist, and that doesn't happen at my age without a little help. But I mean, so when you started Instagram, back when Instagram started?
Yeah, Pretty much. I didn't really post cosplay on there at first.
Right.
And then eventually I would start posting more, and eventually it became a thing where people wanted to show off their cosplays and become cosplayers, like professional cosplayers. So
Really?
I tried to do that as well.
How cool is that? Somebody just said, do they have themed cosplay parties?
Yes.
Right.
At conventions,
Mm-hmm.
we have tons of after parties, and sometimes they'll hire cosplayers. I was recently hired to go dance at Level Up Expo.
Uh-huh.
At
What
their
is that?
after party,
What is
and
Level Up for people that don't know?
Level Up Expo is a convention here.
Mhm.
It's one of our biggest ones. It's my favorite one in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And basically it's a video game convention, but it supports anime and all that fun stuff too. It's a really fun time if you ever want to go to a convention. You've never been to a convention before?
Oh, I have been to many conventions, and I even kept my clothes on a few of them. But, oh yeah, Vamplette, please. Of course, I've been to conventions. I've made rent.
You know.
I've made rent and my mortgage payment by attending a few of these conventions.
Oh, perfect.
I know, right? So that.
Then you know.
I do. You know, a working girl's got to work a little bit. Anyway, so Eddie said, thank you for answering that question. But
Of course.
now here's the thing. So you've got Twitter, you've got Instagram. Now, you know, for people that don't know, OnlyFans is this incredible site where people can go on and do things on camera, and people pay you. Explain to me OnlyFans, and to the people out there. You know, there are a few people over the age of 30 that don't know what the hell it is.
Hey, I'm 30.
Gosh, but you don't look it on television and on the screen and on your picture. But you
thank
know what I'm saying.
I know what you're talking about. OnlyFans is a pay to subscribe type of deal,
Mhm.
and girls or even guys can set their prices
Uh-huh.
for however high they want to have a monthly subscription. So basically, you get a month and you get access to all of their content.
And-
It's really cool. So,
Right. And so but most of it is, from what I understand, it's sexual. Am I right?
It doesn't have to be.
Well,
For me, I don't do nude. I only do see-through top at the moment.
So you're classy. You're classy.
I guess you could say that. I'm
Well-
more of the artistic type. So
You know,
I like to be artistic with all my stuff.
Well, Ashlyn was telling me about that earlier. She said, no, she doesn't take her clothes off. You don't see booby shots or nothing. You don't, no muff diving, nothing like that. This is like classy stuff.
Yep.
And I realized what you're doing is like Gypsy Rose Lee, some of the famous striptease artists, you know, back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. If you've ever seen the movie Gypsy, it's amazing. But, you know, these women would tease. They would tease you. They wouldn't give away. They wouldn't give away the store. They tease. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm doing.
And so when you're teasing with these people, who do you have mainly? Men, women, what?
I have mainly men,
Oh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but I do have a few girls on there too, though.
Right. No. So okay. So when did you start? Okay. I'm going to be honest. I know OnlyFans, and I swear to gosh, and I have so many people that I deal with, male and female, and it seems like every young kid I know, every little twink, has got an OnlyFans site. And of course, we know what goes on with the little boys. They're like waka 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 boing. You know, they sit there and masturbate and do everything else on camera. And then I've seen some of the women who do certain shows. And it's amazing. Now, how many people do you have on OnlyFans? I think I saw like 700.
Yeah, I'm a little over 700 right now.
And they all pay a monthly fee? No wonder you left Albertsons. Damn it, I would too. Screw that.
Exactly.
Right? So, okay. So you got on OnlyFans, and now, you know, you're up in the top 1%. The top 1%. That's amazing. So So
Yeah.
how did you? Okay, how does OnlyFans work, and how did you work it to get to the top 100%, top 1%? Sorry.
OnlyFans has a feature called PPV, pay per view.
Right.
So I utilize that a lot.
Uh-huh.
Like I'll do like a video and I'll be like, all right, this video is $10 if you want to watch it. So that's how I make more.
Uh-huh.
And it depends on what it is, like what I'm doing, how long it is, and that's how I'll price it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll also send out photo sets like that as well. I'll send out photo sets for like $5 for 10 photos type of thing.
Now,
so if you're getting
right, keep going.
If you're getting those people paying $5 for 700 people, then you make more that way as well, on top of the subscription price.
Get at it. Okay, so how long have you been on OnlyFans?
Since October 2018, they actually came to me and asked me to be on their site because it was new.
Really?
And I was like, sure, why not?
Right. And then
Yep.
did you have any idea what the hell you were going to do when you got on it? Did you already have a plan ahead of time? I'm going to dress up like this and this and this, and I'm going to wave and not give away the goods.
I already did Patreon at the time,
Uh-huh.
which is kind of similar.
Right.
So I just kind of moved over to that site.
Gotcha. Well, Patreon.
Yeah, I remember.
Go ahead.
I remember when you were doing that, because, like I said, Vamplette and I are friends, and I think we've been friends since Anime Vegas times, which is like 6 years. But I remember when you were approached by OnlyFans, and it was kind of like this thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like Patreon was kind of going against creators who were making more adult content, at least at the time.
Yep.
And OnlyFans was going to try to be the alternative for the more adult content that Patreon was kind of like bringing down, right?
Wow.
Basically, yep, that's exactly right.
That is so cool.
So that's why a lot of girls have jumped over there.
Right. So it's to some
Yep.
people it's easy money, but at the same time, it's sort of like with so many businesses. When you're on board in the beginning, you have a chance to build a following, right? And when you have there was what was that thing called Fiverr? Do you remember a thing called Fiverr? And I was one of the original people to do Fiverr. And it was the next thing you know, 3 million people are on Fiverr, and nobody even sees you anymore. So, like with OnlyFans, I mean, OnlyFans must have. I wonder how many. Do you know, Ashlyn, how many people are on OnlyFans? How many OnlyFans sites, or do they even release that?
Oh man, do you know that one, Vamplette? Because I don't know how many people are on it, but I'm sure there's like thousands of people on it at this point, if not more.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to assume there's a ton, especially since the COVID-19. Many people have been signing up to make an account.
I know. What was hysterical was like I see some of these friends of mine who all of a sudden OnlyFans, $20 a month. Come join my fans for $20. I'm like, what? And there are these people that must get a lot of people. Like we were talking about that. We were talking to the gentleman Chad Braverman the other day from Doc Johnson. He was telling us about this other girl who has 16.5 million followers on Instagram, and she must have almost like 1 million followers on OnlyFans. I know. She could buy
That's
Albertsons.
crazy.
She could buy Albertsons.
She could.
So you're doing so well. You actually have your own makeup artist that work with you?
No, she's her own makeup
you're
artist.
Your own okay, let's get something straight here, Vamplette. I'm old, and if I don't wear my bifocals, I read things wrong. And if you're watching me on camera right now, you'll realize the glasses that I have on don't reflect because there's no freaking lenses in it. So I don't see shit when I'm looking at this thing. I could have said, she has sexy, nerdy characters, and she does her own makeup. Okay. Well, that's good because I was looking at some of the pictures. You're very pretty, and your characters are just the detail that you have with the characters is amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
So you've got this going on. It's your full-time job now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many hours how many hours a day do you spend or on what you do, on cosplaying? Because I guess everything you do is cosplay. You never do, it's always Vamplette cosplay. That's it, correct?
Sometimes I'll do stuff that's just normal me, because believe it or not, everybody on OnlyFans seems to like me out of cosplay rather than in cosplay. So I do a lot of
Really?
sets
So
on
you
there
do
that are out
both?
of cosplay.
Oh, how fun. Yeah. How fun.
Yep.
So how long, so when you do a cosplay, how long does it take you to make a new cosplay?
If I'm making a cosplay, it really depends on like what I'm making. Like right now I'm making a character named Sango from Inuyasha, and she has some armor pieces and a full spandex suit and a giant boomerang prop. So I'm going to say that it's going to take me maybe 2 weeks.
Wow. So because you want everything to be detailed, and these people are picky.
Yeah.
When it comes to this stuff.
Oh, that's true, but I do believe that cosplay, like, you can do whatever you want with it, and you'll always have haters no matter what.
Oh,
they just kind of grin and bear it.
Yeah, you know,
you can do whatever you want.
I tell everybody that gets into the public eye, guess what you're going to learn first? Not everybody's your friend. There are so many haters out there. And, you know, and you just have to let it bounce off, because you're going, fuck you, assholes. I'm not working at Albertsons anymore, and I would compare bank accounts with your butts any day. Because those are the one, you know, they're the keyboard Nazis that sit behind the keyboard, and they make fun of everybody and bitch and yell. And you just got to, like, you know, I told somebody, you think Cher, Britney Spears, people like that pay attention to what people say? Hell no. They laugh all the way to the bank and go, screw you. So the thing is, I know I have the mouth of a trucker and a sailor.
It's great.
I know.
It.
You love it? Good. But so, you know, the thing is, that's interesting, because I'm sure you do. Have you ever had a stalker? Have you ever had a stalker?
Oh, of course. Many.
But I meant, like, have you ever had a stalker that shows up at the conventions and stuff?
Yeah.
And they breathe
Especially
weird.
in Vegas.
Really? They like sweat a lot, and they're like weird. It's like,
oh yeah,
there's Vamplette.
I remember.
I'm gonna go talk to her.
There was a point. There was a point where I was surrounded by a few of them at Level Up, and I was getting a little overwhelmed. I was like, ah! But luckily, my friend who was cosplaying Geralt from The Witcher came over, and then they all were like, "Oh, well, we gotta go.
Gotta go now. This
he's
bitch
like
is
6 foot.
Right.
He's 6'3" and like muscular." They're like, "Oh."
That's interesting, because I was wondering. I'm sure you get a bunch of wacky people. Have you ever had anybody ask you? Now, okay, so you do the cosplay, and are you doing it live on OnlyFans, or do you pre-record things?
I pre-record. I haven't really done anything with the live feature.
Right.
I probably should, but I haven't done anything yet.
Well, that's when you'll get the crazies who want you to do crazy stuff with vegetables and things like that, you know.
Oh, no.
No. I mean, we do, you should see some of the questions that come through here. They make me blush, and I've seen just about everything in this world. But, so what's your favorite? So tell us what your favorite cosplay is.
One of my favorites would be Medusa from Fate. She's got long purple hair, and she's basically based off of Medusa.
Right.
So she has to wear like a visor over her eyes, otherwise she'll petrify people. So.
And do you have all the little things, the little snakes, whatever it is, in the hair and stuff?
For the character that from Fate, she doesn't have any snakes or anything.
Sorry.
She just has like 2 weapons and like a all black outfit.
Right.
So I made all that for it.
I'm from old school. I didn't know. I'm just thinking Medusa.
You would be so impressed, like, if you saw some of the armor and stuff that Vamplette has made. Like, it is, you know, it's not all like, you know, lingerie and OnlyFans. Like, she has a real art to what she does too. And like some of the costumes I've seen her in are like top grade, like they could be movie props, you know?
Do you ever do you ever have anybody who, like,
thank you.
Oh, do you speaking of, I was going to sit here and go, have you ever like trained somebody to do it, like been like a mentor to another cosplay person?
Yes.
Like, I can tell Ashlyn's
I sure have.
Ashlyn wants to do it. I'm telling you right now. So,
No, I do not. I will stay in my producer lane. Thank you.
but have you mentored any other cosplay people?
I have, yes, a few.
Oh, how fun!
Um,
And
yeah.
can you charge? Can you charge like cosplay classes?
If I wanted to start that, I guess I could, but I feel like I'm very amateur in my ways. Like it's unorthodox how I make some of my stuff sometimes.
What do you
So that's why
mean?
I
What do you
don't
mean?
do
What do you
that.
mean? What do you mean unorthodox? Tell me. I want to know.
Like if I'm making like clothes for myself,
Mhm.
I won't use measurements. I'll just like hold the fabric to my body and be like, all right, we'll cut there. You know?
Boy, you're lucky. I try to do that. It don't work.
Yeah, I take the shortcuts.
Well, that's good. If I eat weird shit, then I could never measure myself. I bloat at my age. It's like terrible. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. For those of you all tuning in, we're talking to the fabulous Vamplette, who's one of the top cosplay performers, stars in the entire country, maybe in the world. Now, is this worldwide, the cosplay? Or it's not just in the United States, it's all over the world, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking Japan.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Japan.
Yep, I'm pretty sure it originated in Japan, probably.
I did a
Most
show.
likely.
I did a show in Japan once. I got a standing ovation. Didn't even know it. I swear to God.
Wow.
That's a joke. Never mind. Because the people.
It's okay. Right over my head.
It's okay. I was like, and I was gonna look to find my rim shot, but I didn't do it. That was a joke because they're all short. I know. I'm not being racist. I'm not being racist at all. So what's your most popular character that you do?
I'm originally known for a character named Diva from Overwatch because a video of me twerking in her went viral. That's how that happened. But I think as of now, I think one of my most popular is DOS from One Punch Man. She's like a dominatrix character.
She's really cool.
Probably one of my most.
She's really cool.
Interesting. So, Ashlyn, you guys met 6 years ago, right? Could we ever convince you, Ashlyn, into doing it just once?
I've done cosplay before. I think, unfortunately for Vamplette, she's seen me in cosplay before.
Oh yeah.
I've done a few. It's not fancy what I do.
Right.
I've done like Sailor Moon before. And something easy like that. I guess I do more like plain clothes. Right. But I mean, I would be willing to do it for the content. But I probably wouldn't ever be in like the top OnlyFans or anything like that.
Right.
Like Vamplette. She's definitely created like a personal brand for herself.
Correct.
Through these venues. And I think that's the way you kind of build that fan base, right, Vamplette? Like you kind of create this personal brand to yourself and people relate to that. Kind of personal for your fans, right?
Yeah, personal is what,
Yep.
Like
people like personable.
Yeah, so but you do nothing. Okay, are there other cosplay people on OnlyFans?
Of course.
Now, now, not is everyone as classy as you? Are there ones that do like weird sexual things with donkeys and stuff?
There's some that do full nude. There's some that do that too. There's some that don't. I'd say a majority of cosplayers do more so classier type of stuff.
Right. So, I mean, and if you're all nude, then what the hell? You have no costume. And what do you do? I was thinking about that. Going, so how the hell do you do that? I guess you wear a mask or whatever your headpiece.
Wear a wig.
And God knows I'm used to that. I'm telling you, Ashlyn. So, tell us some more. Tell us some of the stuff you and Vamplette have gotten yourselves into. I'm sure you've since you all have been friends. Since you all have been friends.
Yeah. We've gone to many a convention together. I'm definitely an anime dork myself. So we met through anime conventions. But let's see. one of the times I can remember, we were doing like pool photo shoots at Anime Expo. And that was fun. We always have pool parties at Anime Expo.
They have pool parties?
Yeah. And some people do cosplay like in swimsuits for certain characters. So people do full on like cosplay photo shoots at the LA Live during Anime Expo.
Now, I've seen some of the stuff from LA Live when they've had the expos down there on television and stuff. That's why I guess Aquaman is pretty popular during the pool parties. So Vamplette, I'm sure there's people out there listening to this blog and they're here on Facebook Live and they're learning what's going on. And there are a lot of people who are into the anime and whatever. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to start to do what you do? They want to leave their job at Albertsons or Ralph's or Whole Foods. and what advice would you give to someone who wants to do what you do?
Well, what's worked for me is consistency. I post at least every day on Instagram. I try to post every day on OnlyFans. If you're not consistent, people don't see that you're relevant, and you want to stay relevant. Interesting.
Because, as I write, and it does, because people have attention spans of 30 seconds online, and if you don't keep up, they put you out to pasture, right?
Yep. So I try to constantly make new content, constantly post.
Do you have any new characters coming up that you're putting together?
Yeah, actually tonight I'm going out to the Strip to do a cyberpunk shoot.
Where? I live right on the Strip. Where?
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm not sure where we're going yet. It's going to be me and a group of people, and we're going to do a bunch of fun stuff. We're probably just going to walk the Strip.
Well, yeah, because it's also
looks good.
It's freaking empty.
Exactly. We're trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah, take advantage around Caesar's Palace and the Bellagio.
Yep.
And the Bellagio is pretty empty, but the Caesar's Palace is what's freaky. All around, because you can walk up.
Really?
At Caesar's Palace, you can actually walk off the street and up into the area where the absinthe tent is. And they have all those pillars and stuff. So you could do some really cool crap if you got lighting and good people with stuff, to take the pictures and everything.
Yep.
Very Grecian.
Yep, that's what's happening.
Very Grecian, Caesar would lose it. I'm telling you.
They're like, hey, those are our property.
Right. So as far as the character that you're coming up with, a new character?
I'm doing Android 18. She's from Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
It's like a cyberpunk version. I made the outfit a year ago, and I just never took pictures of it. So doing that.
So how many people, are there many people in Las Vegas, here in Vegas, that are into cosplay?
Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
How many are coming tonight?
Maybe I don't know, at least 10 cosplayers here that are well known.
Right. That's what I meant.
There's tons of people that cosplay at the conventions here as well.
Right. What the hell did this person? Okay. Somebody goes, I
have my friend Elizabeth coming tonight with me, and she's cosplaying as the Major from Ghost in the Shell.
Really? How fun!
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So how many of you will be down there tonight, you think?
4 or 5 of us.
Okay, so Eddie,
I think 5 of us.
Eddie just wrote, I think I'd prefer a themed cosplay. I know I'm old-fashioned, but I would love to do an I Love Lucy cosplay. That would be fabulous. Do people do? Okay, because it's not just anime. People do cosplay with other things.
Yeah, you can cosplay from I Love Lucy.
So it's not just anime. Cosplay is many things.
Yep, it could be anything.
See, this is where I'm learning. See, I would probably
you could cosplay your cat if you wanted to.
I don't think they'd want to cosplay my pussy. It would not go over well. Would not go over well at all. Oh my God! I made her laugh. Ashlyn.
Bonus structure kicking in.
So you mean you could We could cosplay the Golden Girls. All my gay friends do that anyway.
Yep.
And they don't even realize they're doing cosplay. Oh, wow. So some people don't even realize they're actually doing a form of cosplay when they dress up and do characters, really? So Halloween must be must be a very big night for you.
Actually,
Good
it's
now.
one of the nights where I take it very easy, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go buy a cheap costume, yay!
Right. You go, tonight is amateur night. The pros take the night off. Is that the way you look at it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Basically.
So let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. So if once we get this COVID crap over with, do you think you might want to come in and do a live interview dressed as one of your cosplay characters, and we could like giggle and laugh and take questions and talk to people and stuff? Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. And get your own. Maybe we could do. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do an OnlyFans live from our podcast. Wouldn't that be hysterical? And that way I could keep all the pervs from asking to do stupid stuff, and I would slap them and cut them off. No, she's not doing that. No, she's not using the cucumber. No, she ain't happening. So we could do that. Would be kind of fun. Wouldn't it be kind of fun?
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
So anyway, Ashlyn, before we head out, is there anything we haven't covered in this? This has been a really fun interview today. I've really loved it. Is there anything I haven't covered? Because you know I'm senile and forget shit.
No, I don't. I think we covered everything. I just have maybe one more question to ask. Vamplette, what is your favorite convention to go to during the year?
This is a good question. I think KatsuCon. It's in Maryland.
Really?
And it's at the Gaylord Hotel. And this hotel is literally like the prettiest interior, and it has a nightclub in it.
What?
And it's just a wild party for 3 days straight.
And you have I wonder if when is the next one?
It's in February.
Lord knows.
Valentine's Day weekend.
Who knows? We didn't have Valentine's this year. Maybe you will get a heart on next year and have one. You know, that's too cool. Yeah, so okay. This is a question that I haven't asked. So has the quarantine helped you a lot as far as getting new fans? Has it made you work a little bit harder or do more OnlyFans? Being stuck in quarantine?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so, because a lot of people are at home bored, you know?
Right.
I'm pretty sure that gave me a lot of business.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good. So, my love.
Yes.
You promise you're going to come on dressed up as one of your fabulous characters, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I can't have it. Ashlyn, if she does it, you want to come on and be my producer as a cosplay person?
Oh my God, yes. I mean, I have the friend card, unfortunately, for Vamplette, so she'll be hearing from me.
And you know what I'll do with my hair, my fabulous black hair and blonde streaks, gray streaks? I'll come as Cruella DeVille. Wouldn't that be fun?
We should put you in cosplay, Aunt Susie. That would be fun.
I'll do, but I'm not doing any of the freaky perv stuff. Okay, not doing any of the freaky perv stuff.
Oh, come on, Aunt Susie.
Okay, maybe I'll start an OnlyFans if they offer me 20. You know, hey, it's $20 is $20. I'll do it. My God, our guest today has been the lovely Vamplette. I just love you so much because you laugh at all the stupid shit I've been talking about the entire time. I want to thank Ashlyn, our fabulous producer, who made this particular interview available for us all and taught me something new. I now know what cosplay is, and I think I'm going to start my OnlyFans channel too.
The more you know.
The more you know. Anyway, this has been another fabulous Aunt Susie Sexcast, and we've had the lovely Vamplette on our show today. This is the Aunt Susie saying good night, good afternoon, goodbye, whatever the hell time zone you're in.